What's up guys, it's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Build It video. Today we're going to be doing the new pass. So it looks like the game is asking you for your birth date. I honestly have no idea why they're doing that. My guess would be that they plan to put restrictions on people who are under 18, so make sure that you put a birth date that indicates you're an adult, if you're an adult. Or, you know, in the past they said you didn't have access to like the group feature if you weren't an adult, so just be aware of that. As far as anything goes in terms of changes, all I've noticed so far has been the trees in the past. That's basically it. I don't know if there's more. I haven't really looked through it. I have noticed that a lot of people are complaining about not being able to sync their save. Like it's saying that it's okay and then they're crashing or whatever. Somebody in my group had to uninstall the game and reinstall it to get it to work. So if you're having issues, try that. Okay, so let's look at these past buildings. Well, let's see if they're any good. That just looks like a basic building that we get we get tons of those. What's this? I don't know. That looks lame too. Hold on. So again, I don't know if that looks new. Looks like they're giving you guys storage within two tiers. 20 storage, temp storage. I don't remember it being like that before. So if you guys want the top portion of the pass, that part is free. The bottom portion you will have to pay for. I recommend waiting until the first round of Mega to pay for it because it's going to allow you to skip 5 levels. So you would actually want to buy that when the levels aren't so easily completable. Like right now, it's only 2,000 points to go to tier 2. I would wait until you're around like tier, 18, 20 if you can. Okay, all the other stuff, you guys, make sure that you save it for the contest of mayors, like Neocoins, save it for an assignment. Plat keys, you can pretty much collect those right away. There is no real benefit to not collecting them. As far as the dozer and the storage goes, that would be of benefit to you in terms of just storage space alone. Like, you don't need to have it in your inventory unless you're actually going to use it. Okay, so 40% on this. This looks like a bridge that, again, bridges are always cool to have, I guess. Okay, what's this building? Racetrack. Okay. This one looks kind of cool. The swamp. So far, that's the only one I like. Okay, this one looks like it's going to be a beach building. That one doesn't look too bad, actually. What's that? That one looks kind of cool. I mean, it's, different. Yeah, we have tons of stuff like that. That's it. Yeah, again, not something I really want to pay $8.99 for. You guys, I haven't bought a pass. I don't know when the last time was specifically, but it's seeming like every time it's just not worth it, Let's take a look at the trees real quick. And you guys, a lot of you guys have been commenting on videos asking about the new Missy's building guide and kind of how to go about it. Make sure that basically you're playing high-level comm as a low-level player. So make sure you go and watch those videos so that you can actually dominate the leaderboard. Otherwise, you're going to be screwed because people are going to be beating you. Okay, let's take a look at the landscape category here. Okay, so they did add new trees. Again, they're expensive as hell. I don't know why they do that. I really don't. I'm going to buy one just to show you guys what they look like real quick. You can see it. Gotta love SimCity. You start designing and it goes dark. Okay, so let's check. I don't think there's anything new anywhere else, to be honest with you. Let me double check the factories. I mean, normally it'll like say on the right hand side if there's something new, but sometimes they're idiots and they don't figure that out. Kind of like with the trees, you know? Okay, so it looks like that's pretty much it. Alright, so as for the rest of this video, let me see what this wants. So, you guys, with the older cities that are just crap, basically, really the only goal is that you get your storage maxed out. That's basically it. So if you have to pay Sims Cash for those pieces to get it done, if like, let's say your city is like level 30, okay? And let's say that you absolutely do not want to give it up and you want to know the best possible way to fix it. The best route for you to go at this point would not even be to camp. It would actually be, you know, because a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll camp, they'll get feeders, they'll just constantly hunt stuff, and it's a waste of time, especially since they went from 700 to 800 storage, and that's 25 of each piece in order for you to unlock something. Like 5 points or whatever. 5 storage. So, what you're really actually going to want to do is you're going to want to analyze your city as a whole and figure out how to go about achieving the goals that you need to achieve to make it a better city. So for example, let's say you're level 30 and your city is trash, right? If you had max storage, nothing else would really matter. So for example, let's say you wanted a high pop city, but you had max storage. What do you need to achieve a high pop city? What? Upgrades, right? And pop boosters. That's it. So how do you go about achieving pop boosters and upgrades? By getting gold keys, by getting platinum keys, and by getting inventory so that you can upgrade. Everything that holds you back in this game in terms of like major holdbacks is fixable with Sims Cash. And if you don't want to pay for Sims Cash, I don't blame you anyways, like who wants to do that? The best way to get Sims Cash the fastest is going to be the Contest of Mayors. Now, when you're level 30, you have too many upgrades unlocked to not do them. So you're going to notice that you're going to be getting less than first place because, you know, your inventory is not good. You're not able to keep up and do your assignments. You're not able to find rares because you have too many items unlocked. So the goal here is not to remain in a bad position where you can't do anything about it, right? So if you remain level 30 and you don't do house upgrades, you're not going to be winning the Contest of Mayors very easily, if at all. If you've already unlocked regional maps, you have even more of a hit against you in terms of the Contest of Mayors, in the terms of just cost for everything, easily doable assignments, that type of thing. Epic projects are going to cost more, all that. Point being, the biggest problem is that storage. So the best way to fix that is to get first place in Mega and spend the cash upgrading the storage. Because when you think about it, what do you use Sims Cash for? Once you have your maxes, like the big purchases, what do you use it for? Design stuff? Trees? A couple of buildings that are in the, you know, the main menu that are there all the time? Nothing major is what I'm saying. So once you're on the Missy's building guide, you've got tons of cash, you realize that outside of designing your map, it's next to useless. Unless you're like a war player, and at that point you're using it for war cards. So the best way for you guys to go about fixing your city, especially if you're somebody who, like I said, has regionals unlocked and has a low storage capacity, is going to be to put yourself in a position where you can do any assignment that you get, meaning upgrades. Now, how do you go about doing that? You need to bulldoze all your homes besides whatever epics you've acquired. Hopefully, if it's, let's say you've done 15 epics and they're all gold. Don't, worry about silver and bronze. That is going to allow you to do upgrades for very cheap experience. So instead of you spending like, let's say 60 experience to do one upgrade for the Contest of Mayors, you'll spend like 6 experience to do it. This will allow you to win the Contest of Mayors multiple weeks in a row without actually leveling up. So the best route for anybody with a city without max storage is going to be to bulldoze everything that they've built in terms of buildings, win the Contest of Mayors, use the cash to max out your storage, and then start building your city for design. Now, let's say you're somebody who has a lot of buildings built. You like your population. It's a ton of Omega stuff. You don't want to get rid of it, whatever. This is your next option. And this one I do not recommend, again, unless you have like a lot of stuff you don't want to bulldoze. Like, let's say you have like, 50 gold epics or something, and you just really don't want to get rid of them. Or maybe you're only like 100 off from the storage or whatever. Like, it's just not worth it. Then your best bet, again, is going to be doing upgrades, winning the Contest of Mayors, biting the bullet, and saying, you know what? Yeah, I'm taking a hit here on spending this much experience, but I'm going to win. And when I win first place from doing this, I have to spend that cash on rare items that I can't obtain easily. Okay? Once you've maxed out your storage, you can take any cash, platinum keys, gold keys, whatever. Really doesn't matter. Even the dozer isn't a make or break situation. Like, yeah, it would be great if you had your land unlocked. It'd be good for design, but it's not going to make or break your actual quality of, like, being able to play the Contest of Mayors and all that. Not having enough storage will, though. Not being able to hold enough items will make or break you in the Contest of Mayors. The next thing would be your coin situation. You have to make sure that you are able to actually compete in the Contest of Mayors every week based on your coin situation. So the first thing would be to assess how many gold epics you have and say, okay, by this ratio, I'm getting this many tokens per day. If your token amount is very low and you're not really getting very many per day, then you absolutely have no choice but to get first place in the Contest of Mayors and use those 10 gold tokens that you get from winning towards your shops, okay, to speed up production for the Contest of Mayors. Do not speed up production on stuff just to make coin. If you have tons of tokens and you want to do that, nails, donuts, flour would be a good route to go, okay? In terms of coin, do not put yourself in a position where you cannot compete every single week. Do not put yourself in a position where you have to get second place or third place. Make sure you watch my high-level videos, pay attention to the rotation, and you'll be good to go. Don't spend money on unnecessary crap. For example, these factories here. See how the nanotech one is, 5 production slots, 150,000 population, and $50,000 price tag for each one. This one is the exact same thing. The only difference is the very small pollution square around it. If you are in a position where you can't afford that, don't go for it. Okay? It's not worth it. You can do it later. As for road upgrades, do not pay for road upgrades ever. Okay, I have videos explaining how to set your game up to where you will never have to pay for road upgrades again. Make sure you watch it, get your stuff set up, because if you want to go broke, that's a good way to do it, is through the damn road system in this game. If you're buying the designer roads with the pink trees and all that, you need to put that on hold until you max out your storage. If you have feeder cities, you need to make sure that, yes, you're farming them or whatever, hunting global, whatever. But more importantly, winning the Contest of Mayors here is going to be your best route to go. Okay? So let's say that I believe it's 18 per storage item, I believe is what it is. So you're going to get 111 pieces per week that you win, 75 to upgrade. So you're going to get 1 upgrade per week. I mean, it's still going to take a long time if you go this way, but you're not just going to be getting that. You're going to get the stuff from the past. You're going to get the stuff from trading club members, global, opinion bubbles, all that stuff. It'll be a lot faster. If you do not have a Maxis, that is a hit and miss. Okay, you need to look at how much cash you have, how much storage you have, and assess, is this worth it to me? For example, let's say you have 700 storage. You're getting by, but you would like to max out. But you have no maxes. You're running low on VU, and it's hindering your ability to win the Contest of Mayors. Then that would make sense to actually buy the maxes to get the VU items to benefit yourself. If you do not need it for the VU items, and it's purely just to purchase it, I recommend holding off until you're maxed out if you're in a position where you need to fix your city. I'm not talking about people on the Missy's building guide at all. I'm talking about people who have a garbage city that they're trying to fix. Having a Maxis sit there and be more convenient for design and a little more space on your map is not what is important right now. Trees are not important right now. You know, parks and buildings and population, again, not important at all right now. All that's important is that you make it to where you can actually win. Get those epics done, get your tokens ready, get your Sims cash going, get your coins up, get your keys up, launch VU, do repairs, get war points if possible. If you have to bulldoze to a point where you cannot play war, try to make sure that you launch on the monster as much as you can so that you can earn those war cards so you can do the war card upgrade task. That's all I got for you guys, okay? So many people are really struggling right now with like what assignment to choose and winning and trying to remain at low levels so they can get their storage up. This is the best way. It really is. Now, if you're a lower level, let's say you're level like 25 or something, and you've unlocked a regional map. Again, bulldoze everything and do the upgrades for as cheap as you possibly can. That is your best route. I've even had people bulldoze epic projects. Not many of them, but epics are just coins, okay? That's all they are. It's just a system that converts to make more coin. And once you get to a point in the game where you can actually hold items and you can actually win having coins is not that important. Like, it's easy. Coins are so easy in this game, I can't even begin to explain it. Especially when you stop paying for road upgrades, stop buying services, okay? You guys place homes down, you've got all these houses that are requiring more service, and then you end up having to pay for more water, power, sewer. Again, none of that is helping your gameplay at all right now. As long as you've unlocked like the airport, the VU tower, and the 5-slot factories, once you get that done, you can bulldoze all the population you want, and you'll be fine. You can get that back later. Worry about the storage. That is #1 priority. Okay? What else? I think that's it. I don't see any other major changes. I do know that every time they update the game, it gets harder and harder to run on my phone. So there's been a lot of lag. There's been a lot of, like crashing, people complaining about glitches in the depots and not being able to buy things and it constantly saying refresh. I do want to mention real quick though, for those of you guys who transfer a lot of rare items, if you post 25 rare items of one thing, you will not see the 30th stack, or the 30th item. For example, if you go to your depot, okay, let's say I was to post I don't even have that many. Okay, let's say I was to post 25 gloves. I would do a stack of 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, right? All of those will be visible. The moment that I post the 30th one, the 30th batch or whatever it is, like equaling 30, those 5 gloves will not be available for purchase ever. So if I post 6 boxes with 5 each, 5 of them will be visible. The sixth box will not be visible at all to anyone ever. Okay? Once they've purchased so let's say you're transferring it with a feeder. Once you purchase those 5 boxes, the 6th one will not be visible ever. You can't do anything about it. Okay? So you're definitely going to want to make sure that if you're doing rares, that you are posting them kind of in a way where you're actually picking them up as you're posting them. I don't even post, I post 5 of them, pick them up, 5, pick them up. Technically, what you can do is you can post 25, at a time if you want to go that route. I don't know how many you can actually sell in whole before you get like a ban or some weird thing that says, well, you're going to Naughty Island for a while and then you got to contact SimCity. Some people say it's 50, some people say it's 75. Some people get away with transferring 200 and it never registers, but it is a risk. So if you have a feeder city and you're transferring them or you're buying them on your feeder city with cash, be careful of that, okay? If you post 25 gloves, you pick up those 25 gloves and you post 5 more, you can purchase it. Just make sure there's never more than 25 actively in the depot at one time. If you do have a feeder city and you are able to join a group that gets a legendary chest, if you're able to participate in war, if you're able to even win mega easily on that city alone, anything that you can do to help feed your larger city would help. So any cash that you get over there, spend it on storage pieces only. Do not buy Dozer, do not buy Mountain, do not buy Beach, whatever. Anything that is going to help your bigger city is going to be a benefit to you. What often happens with people with feeder cities is they spend so much time hunting rares on the feeder city that they don't get enough done on the main city. Don't put yourself in that position, okay?